Hello students, I welcome you all to EPG Pathshala. Myself Professor Sampath Kumar Swai, working as Professor at Department of Tourism Management in Indira Gandhi National Tribal University, Amarkantak, Madhya Pradesh. Today, I am going to give a presentation on a topic, Indian tourism and hospitality trends and statistics. After completing this module, students should be able to understand the dynamics of tourism industry in India, evaluate the tourism and hospitality trends with the support of tourism statistics published by various tourism organizations and official bodies. Understand Indian tourism industry, recent trends. Introduction. Tourism and hospitality industry is identified as one of the most preferred and appropriate economic activities for both developing and underdeveloped nations for economic prosperity and poverty alleviation, since it has high propensity for employment creation and revenue generation. It also leads to infrastructure development of the nation. Tourism and hospitality sector requires less investment compared to other industries and rate of return is relatively high. Most of the tourism and hospitality products and resources are either natural or cultural, where manufacturing is not involved, so that it has obtained the status of service industry. Tourism and hospitality industry creates economic value for natural and cultural resources. Domestic tourism development helps for distribution of economy from urban to rural areas, and international tourism development is instrumental for foreign exchange earnings, and also it helps for balance of payment of the nation. Interaction of people through tourism activities also helps for maintaining universal understanding and national integrity, so that tourism industry must be treated as an industry capable for socio-cultural change and universal understanding and peace. Indian tourism and hospitality industry. India is a country with an enormous potential to develop tourism and hospitality industry. The tourism resources of India is matchless due to its vast diversity and very old cultural and traditional values. India offers very unique biodiversity with eye-catching geographic formations, very long and splendid beaches, ice-capped mountains, valleys, beautiful deserts with golden sand and desert life, beautiful and vibrant life in plains with the 10,000 years old culture and traditions. The religious and cultural diversity is superb in India and cannot be matched with any other countries in the world. The Government of India and other business stakeholders are highlighting these unique features throughout the world to attract more tourists to India. Tourism and hospitality industry is one of the biggest service industries in India with the highest job potential and income generator. It is said that every 10 lakh investment in tourism and hospitality sector creates 90 job creations in India, and each foreign tourist generates 6 direct employment in India in tourism sector. Moreover, India has identified tourism industry as a potential industry for poverty alleviation, job creation for semi-skilled and unskilled people. The multiplicity of tourism business and the enlarged multiplier effect through tourism business touch its roots to rural population. Indian tourism industry recent trends. The year 2016-17, India has witnessed a growth of 10.7% in international tourist arrivals and 11.6% growth in domestic tourist market. The international intra-regional tourism in South Asia has shown an increasing trend for the last few years, even though tension at the China-Pakistan border is acting as the major bottleneck. The Government of India's decision on the relaxation in the visa and other travel documentation relaxation has accelerated the growth of tourism. The recent trend shows that Malaysia, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Japan, Korea, etc. became the important tourism generating countries, and India has received 8.89 million international tourist arrivals in the year 2015 against the 80.30 lakh 8.3 million in the year 2015. The foreign exchange earnings through tourism during the year 2015 has reached rupees 1,55,650 crore against the receipt during 2015, that is rupees 1,35,193 crore, with a growth of 15.1%. E-tourist visa and preloaded SIM cards. The Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Civil Aviation have joined hand with Ministry of Tourism to implement the very significant and diplomatic decision of introducing visa on arrival, enabled with electronic travel authorization. It is popularly known as e-tourist visa. India has launched e-tourist visa on 27/11/2014, and in the year 2015, a total of 4,45,300 tourists arrived on e-tourist visa. 150 countries all over the world are eligible for e-tourist visa as on 26 February 2016. Presently, e-tourist visa application fee is $60 and bank charges is $2, which is uniform for all the countries. As on 31st December 2016, the e-visa facility is available under 3 categories such as e-tourist visa, e-business visa, e-medical visa, and the e-visa facility has been extended to 161 countries. Preloaded SIM cards are issued from 15 February 2017 in collaboration with BSNL to foreign tourists who arrive in India with e-tourist visa to ensure that they are travelling in India safely and they are able to contact concerned people at the right time. Moreover, they are able to use the toll-free tourist helpline number in emergency. These preloaded SIM cards are distributed at the international airports at the time of arrival of tourists. 24/7 toll-free multilinguistic tourist helpline and Swachh Paryatan mobile app. The ministry has already launched 24/7 toll-free multilingual tourist helpline in 12 multinational languages, including Hindi and English, from 8th February 2016. The service will be available on the existing toll-free number or on a short code 1363. This helpline has been launched with an intention to provide tourist information to both domestic and international tourists at any place, at any time. This is operational not only for disseminating destination information but also to ensure safety and security to the tourists throughout the country. The service covers 12 languages such as English, Hindi, Arabic, French, German, Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, and Italian. Swachh Paryatan mobile app operated by the Ministry of Tourism for 25 other Smarak monuments has been also made available window phones and iPhones. This project is monitored by Project Monitoring Unit of Swachh Bharat Mission in Ministry of Tourism, Infra and Superstructure Developments, Swadesh Darshan and PRASAD. The most important component of tourism development at any destination is the infra and superstructure facilities. The destinations without accommodation and accessibility have no place in the tourism map. So, the Government of India has taken initiatives to improve the infra and superstructure facilities at the destinations and launched 2 important schemes, that is Swadesh Darshan and PRASAD. The main objective of this Swadesh Darshan and scheme are to develop tourist circuits by promoting and protecting the socio-cultural and heritage fabrics of the destination, by coordinating all the segments of the society, mainly the poor people, through community participation. The infrastructural developments at such destinations are the priority of the scheme. The pilgrimage, rejuvenation and spiritual augmentation drive PRASAD has been introduced for developing infra and superstructure facilities as pilgrimage destinations of India on priority basis. It not only aims to improve the conscience of Indian citizens about their great culture and traditions, but also the multiplier impact of pilgrimage tourism on employment generation and distribution of income. Under the PRASAD scheme, 13 thematic circuits have been identified for development, namely Northeast India Circuit, Buddhist Circuit, Himalayan Circuit, Coastal Circuit, Krishna Circuit, Travel Circuit, Eco Circuit, Wildlife Circuit, Rural Circuit, Spiritual Circuit, Ramayana Circuit and Heritage Circuit. Under the PRASAD scheme, 25 sites of religious significance have been identified for development in India, namely Amravati, Andhra Pradesh, Amritsar, Punjab, Ajmer, Rajasthan, Varanasi, Mathura, Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh, Kedarnath, Badrinath, Uttarakhand, Dwarka, Gujarat, Deoghar, Jharkhand, Belur, Karnataka, Patna, Gaya, Bihar, Guruvayur, Kerala, Katra, Hazratbal, Jammu and Kashmir, Kamakhya, Assam, Velankini, Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu, Puri, Odisha, Tirupati, Sri Salam, Andhra Pradesh, Somnath, Gujarat, Trambakeshwar, Maharashtra, and Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh. NICE and National Medical and Wellness Tourism Board, NICE and National Medical Tourism Board, in order to tackle the seasonality issue in tourism sector, the government has come up with the idea of niche tourism to ensure the flow of tourists to India throughout the year. It is an initiative to make India as a 365 days destination by focusing on repeated visit to the unique destinations and attractions of India such as medical tourism, golf tourism, Ayurvedic and wellness tourism, cruise tourism, adventure tourism, MICE tourism, etc. As an initiative to promote medical tourism in India, the Ministry of Tourism has set up a National Medical Wellness Tourism Board, present trends in Indian tourism and hospitality. The Indian tourism and hospitality industry is designing a new tourism strategy to tackle the cutthroat competition raised by the neighboring countries such as Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and Sri Lanka. India has identified a few niche tourism segments which are very unique to Indian tourism and hospitality industry. The niche tourism strategy is focusing on making Indian tourism industry as a 365 days destination. This strategy has been devised to tackle the seasonality issue faced by the Indian tourism industry. The government has identified the following niche products of India: cruise tourism, adventure tourism, medical tourism, wellness tourism, golf tourism, polo tourism, MICE tourism, eco-tourism, film tourism, sustainable tourism. Cruise tourism is one of the fastest developing segments of the tourism industry in the world. India is a country having vast potential of cruise tourism resources. The long coastal line and beautiful beaches of India serves with unique cultural and natural attractions. The marvelous Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep, etc. are attracting the ocean cruise segment of the market. Medical and wellness tourism is yet to become another emerging tourism segment in India, where tourists visit for the purpose of medical treatment and wellness package, coupled with leisure activities. Ayurvedic rejuvenation therapies, yoga and meditation, spa treatments, etc. are the most demanding wellness tourism packages offered for tourists. Medical tourism covers treatments for various cardiac issues, dental issues, etc. with a cheaper price and professional care. In sports, tourism, golf and polo tourism are also getting demand in international tourism market. The polo game was originated in India and it is a long tradition of playing polo. The Kolkata Polo Club is the oldest polo club in the world, having 150 years of heritage and which provides a tag to Indian polo as a heritage sports of India. The golf tourism segment of the sports tourism is also getting interest among the youth throughout the world. India is having several golf courses with Indian international standards, and the golf events held in India also attract many domestic and international tourists towards golf tourism. Ministry of Tourism is also taking adequate steps to attract golf tourists to India. MICE and business tourism are very fast growing segments of the Indian tourism industry. Indian cities are hosting international business meeting, conferences, events and trade exhibitions. International investors meets and trade fairs are the common program organized in various parts of India very frequently to attract business tourists. Ecotourism and sustainable tourism are very demanding niche market for international and domestic tourists who look for knowledge about Indian flora and fauna, wildlife, natural attractions, etc. Bird watching is a very unique product come under the ecotourism. Pattern and trends of Indian international tourism. In the year 2016, India has received 88.9 lakh foreign tourist arrivals and it is only 0.68% of the international tourist arrivals. India has positioned 40th rank in international tourist arrivals throughout the world. It is a very small percentage compared with the actual tourism potential of the country. If you consider the international tourism receipts, India has received rupees 1,55,650 crores. It is 1.71% of the world receipts, and India has been placed in the 14th position. The data shows that even the number of tourist visits are less, the expenditure for international tourist visit India is comparatively high. In the Asia Pacific region, India has share of 2.88% in international tourism arrivals as per the year 2015, the 11th rank. India's share in the international tourism receipts in Asia Pacific region is 5.03% with 7th rank. Pattern of international tourist arrivals in India, inbound tourism. India is growing as a preferred international tourism destination. Many international tourists prefer India as a unique destination which offers a wide variety of tourism attractions. Earlier, India used to get maximum tourists from Europe, but the Indian international tourist visitor pattern is changing every year. New tourism generating regions are added to the list, but some are vanished from the list. As per the Minister of Tourism, Government of India report, in the year 2015, India has received 80.27 lakh international tourists. Out of this, 62.52% of arrivals are from 10 countries. Foreign tourist visits state-wise distribution as per the year 2015. Tamil Nadu has received the highest international tourist visits in the year 2015, followed by Maharashtra. Tamil Nadu tops in both domestic as well as international tourist visits in the country. 20.10% of foreign tourist visits in the entire country happens in Tamil Nadu. Pattern of international tourist departure from India, outbound tourism. The size of outbound tourism from India has been growing drastically for the last 10 years, and the growth rate is much high compared to the inbound tourism. The Indian citizens traveling abroad for tourism activities are around 3 times more than that of inbound tourism. The neighboring short-haul destinations are the first preference of Indian outbound tourists due to time and money constraints. The most preferred destinations for Indian international tourists are Dubai, Bali, Indonesia, Vietnam, Singapore, Nepal, Malaysia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, etc. Indians prefer these destinations not only because of proximity but also the desirable exchange rate for Indian currency. As per the data provided by Bureau of Immigration, Government of India report, in the year 2014, 20.38 million, 2 crore international tourist departure from India against 80.30 lakh international tourist arrivals in India. Pattern of domestic tourism trends and statistics. Domestic tourism in India is one of the very significant socio-economic activity where Indian citizens move within the country. This number is very fabulous. As per the statistics provided by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, in the year 2015, the domestic tourism reached 143,1973,794 from 526,7070 in 2007. Pattern of domestic tourism in India. The analysis of domestic tourism statistics of India reveals that majority of the domestic tourism movements in India are confined to a few states. According to the statistics provided by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, 83% of the domestic tourism visits are occurred in 10 states and union territories. Rest of the 19 states and 7 union territories have a share of only 16.4%. Tamil Nadu tops in the list of first top 10 domestic tourism destinations of the country during the year 2015 with a share of 23.30%. Uttar Pradesh has listed in the second position with a share of 14.3%. Summary: Indian tourism and hospitality industry is very dynamic and vast growing segment of the service sector business India. This industry has 3 important segments such as international inbound tourism, outbound domestic tourism. Out of these 3 segments, outbound and domestic tourism have more growth rate than inbound tourism. the inbound tourism has highest positive economic contributions to Indian economy through foreign exchange earnings and balance of payments. But this segment of the tourism and hospitality sector is showing marginal growth. The outbound tourism from India has a negative economic consequences to Indian economy. Since Indian citizens are moving abroad for tourism activities, the Indian tourism witnesses some sort of thematic changes from traditional tourism products to niche products such as medical tourism, wellness tourism, ecotourism, sports tourism, MICE tourism, etc. Indian outbound tourism trend is towards Southeast Asian destinations and Middle East destinations. Indian tourism policies must concentrate more on international tourism development rather domestic and outbound tourism. The outbound tourists must be diverted to Indian destinations through proper marketing and promotion. Dear students, this particular module has highlighted on the trends of tourism in India and how domestic, inbound and outbound sectors are doing in India in the last several years. With this, I would like to conclude this presentation. Thank you.